When I was growing up in a household with 10 brothers and sisters and my mom and dad, Thanksgiving was a very special day. It still is. And, we used to get together and there was a huge crowd of us, a very loud and rambunctious crowd of us. And that was, the way it was every single day. It was a loud, rambunctious crowd. And, my mom tried her best to keep order in the house. And one of the things that my mom did, and it's like I remember this and it's in my head, is she really saw that it was important that we had manners, And, if everything else was like completely chaotic, at least we had manners. And one of the things that my mom taught me and that I remember is to always say thank you. Whenever somebody does something for you, you go somewhere with someone, somebody gives you something, be sure to say thank you. And I remember that. And if if there's a time where I forget to say thank you, it's because I forgot, or there's a good reason for it. We don't know the reason why the 9 lepers in today's gospel, the 9 out of 10, failed to turn back and say thank you to Jesus. Maybe their mom never taught them. Maybe they were trying to get to the Black Friday sales. Maybe, but actually really, maybe the reason is because, Jesus told them to go see the priest and to show themselves to the priest. And he didn't, at any point in this gospel, did he say to them, okay, I'm healing you of your leprosy. He just said, go to the priest. And they're probably all gathered together, traveling, because that's how they were. They were lepers, and the only place they could have any society among them was just within their own group, because they couldn't go around other people. That's why they're standing far off from Jesus. And so they're probably traveling to go see the priest, and they're all together, and the Samaritan realizes, hey, I'm healed here. And he has the presence of mind to turn back and go say thank you to Jesus. The other ones might have just, their normal way of doing things. You go to the priest, you do what you go, and they probably wanted to get back into their families, back to their homes, back to their cities, become part of society again, and their minds might have been racing forward. I can only conjecture about all these things that is going to be great now that we're healed. And so we're going to go and we're going to go to the priest and we're going to do the ritual. And part of the ritual is offering a sacrifice, So they're ready to go. But the Samaritan, even after he's healed, he's still something of an outsider because he's a Samaritan. And so maybe he had nowhere else to go. But for whatever reason, it became a priority to him, and he realized that, it wasn't an accident that they just ran into Jesus and now they're healed. And so he went back to Jesus, and he threw himself at Jesus' feet, and he thanked him. He thanked him profusely. And Jesus recognizes this man's faith. And who knows what happened to this man after this? Did he become a disciple of Jesus? Did he start following Jesus? Did he go back and tell the other guys, this guy just healed us. Maybe you should go back and thank him? Did he go back? Did he go out to all people and tell him that Jesus of Nazareth healed me? Did he become an evangelist? We don't know. We just know that Jesus congratulated him for his faith and sent him on his way. But he was thankful. One of the beautiful things about Thanksgiving Day as being a priest is seeing how many people show up for Mass on Thanksgiving. And it's, this is not a holy day of obligation. But there's something in us that wants to get together with our brothers and sisters and come and offer thanks, to offer Eucharist to God our Father and to our Lord Jesus Christ, who is always with us and heals us. We know that we have something to be thankful for. And this day gives us the opportunity to come to Mass on a weekday and offer that thanksgiving. And it's a beautiful thing to look out and see how many people are here on a Thursday morning to give thanks to God. And I thank God for giving us this holiday, for God blessing us, and for the founding fathers of our country. And I believe it was Abraham Lincoln who made this a national holiday, So we have a day as a nation which we can come together and give thanks to God for all the many blessings that we have in this country. Even though at times things can be kind of tense in our country, we can be kind of split up. I don't have to tell you about the violence and all the problems we have in our country, but we still recognize that we have a lot to be thankful for. And so we come together as families and as church to give thanks to God. But it's important that we remember that, Thanksgiving is not just for one day of the year. Thanksgiving, gratitude, is a very important part of a spiritual life. To give thanks to God every morning when we wake up, for the fact that we woke up for another day, that we have breath and we have life within us. Thanksgiving at the end of the day. No matter what happened during that day, good or bad, we can give thanks again for that gift of life. And we give thanks constantly. Even when things are not going well, there's something in each and every day, in each and every life, for which we can be thankful for. It might be one thing, but that one thing, if we focus on it and we give thanks for it, it can be the thing that draws us closer to God and helps us to recognize all the other blessings in our lives. And it's also good to let others know of the blessings that we have in our lives, to spread that word of thanksgiving, to let people know that God has blessed us and that God continues to bless us. So today, as we gather together as the family of the church to give thanks to God, I give thanks for your presence here this morning. And as we continue in this Mass, let us lift up a grateful heart as we gather around the altar of thanksgiving, the altar of Eucharist, and give our thanks and praise to the God who blesses us always.